All right, so again, we're under the slope-intercept form type of linear equation, but I want you to think about why. So we're looking for a starting value and then some kind of rate. Okay, so the Jones are purchasing a new home for number 8. The closing costs are $249 plus 3% of the purchase price of the home. Okay, so it's starting at $249. That's a start. And then 3%, that's obviously a rate of change. Because it's a percent, that's a rate. Okay? So that's a clear indication that this is going to follow a y equals mx plus b kind of equation. Excuse me. So write an equation. When it says this and then define your variables, it basically just means find a different representation for y and x. Okay? So y could be, let's use closing costs, C for that. So that's your total cost on the house. And then x is going to be, well, what is the rate really going with? It's 3% of the purchase price. So that's going to be like your x. And I'm just going to call that P. Technically, you can call it whatever you want. That's why you're defining it right here very clearly. Like you could even have y and x right here. Okay. But that's why you're defining it, so I know what you mean. Now, this is closing costs are $249 plus 3%. So 3%, we want to change that to a decimal. Okay, so if you move that 2 to the left, that's going to be 0.03. That's how you find a decimal. So this is really going to be, the rate of change is 0.03 p, and it starts at 249. Okay, that's your equation right there. All right, so let's answer the question. The purchase price of, excuse me, this is getting stuck here. The purchase price of their home is $195,000. The seller offered $5,000 in closing costs assistance. Will this cover all their closing costs? That's your question. If not, how much will the Joneses need to come out of pocket? Okay? All right, well, it's saying, it's kind of the same question. We're going to be plugging something in and see if we have enough closing cost money to cover a house of $195,000, because $195,000, that's your purchase price. That's how much it was purchased for. Okay, so I'm going to write the equation. C equals 0.03 P plus 249. Okay, and this actually happens in the real world. So if someone bought a house for 0.03 times 195,000 plus 249, okay, your realtor would go back and say, well, this is our offer for this much closing cost, but we think it's going to cost you this, so are you going to have to come up with money on your own? Essentially, are you losing money or not? Okay, that's really what we're answering here, and it definitely happens in real life. Okay, so multiply those. I will get 5,850 plus 249. So C, the closing costs on this house, the realtor is estimating would be $6,099. Okay, so, but someone's coming around and saying, hey, here's my offer, but I'm only giving you $5,000. And basically, the Joneses have to decide, okay, well, are we going to take it or not? Because clearly, if they're only getting $5,000, but the closing costs are $6,099, they're losing some money. But to them, it might be worth it to sell the house, if that makes sense. Okay, so no, this isn't enough, but the question is, how much will the Joneses need to come out of pocket? Well, this offer says they're going to pay $5,000 of it. So how much would have to come out of their pocket? $1,099. That's how much the Joneses will have to pay. Okay, and like I said, to them, they might be like, that's fine, I'll sell the house. Or no, we want to wait for more offers because we don't want to spend any money out of pocket. All right. All right, cool. I think I'm just going to skip 9 because you've seen enough slope-intercept forms, okay? Let's talk about some standard form equations. So what exactly makes a standard form equation? When does that occur? Why am I using that form versus using y equals mx plus b? Okay, well, there's a pretty clear answer here because standard form is ax plus by equals c. So if you're seeing two like subjects or two variables or two things going around equaling a total, that's a standard form. Okay, so like I said, you're just going to be given word problems. You're not always going to be told what kind of form you're going to write them in. All right, so if we look at 10, Josh bought 3 bags of potting soil and 10 bags of mulch from Home Depot. So right there, I can see potting soil, that's an X, and 10 bags of mulch, that's a Y. There's no rate of change here, so it can't be a slope. That's not what's going on. All right, so A is write an equation to represent the total cost. All right, so if I have potting soil, let's let that be P. And you don't want to call it PS because that's too much going on. Just pick a letter. You could even do S for soil. And M is for mulch. Okay. Well, we need to have it all equal to something. So let's just say total cost. You could call that cost or whatever. Let's just do T for total. Okay? So then I would get 3 potting soil and means plus, right? I'm adding those together. And 10 bags of mulch equals some kind of total. All right, that's my equation. Okay, now we're going to look at B. So Josh spent $40.91 and mulch cost $2.75 per bag. How much was a bag of potting soil? Okay, so my mulch is $2.75 per bag. That's gonna go in for M. And then $40.91. Well, here's your variables, P, M, and T. $40.91, that's a total amount he spent. Okay, so we have an M, we have a T, we have an equation. We're going to solve it for P. That's the only variable left. And look, that matches our question. What is P? Potting soil. All right, so 3P plus 10M equals T. And let's plug in $40.91 for T. And then $2.75 for M. So I'm going to put parentheses around it. Okay, that'll give you 3P plus 10 times $2.75 equals $40.91. Okay. Okay, so multiply these out. Now I get 3P plus $27.50 equals $40.91. All right, subtract your $27.50. Now 3P would equal $13.41 and divide by 3. P equals 4.47. Okay, so potting soil is $4.47. Oops, I'll just make that 4.7. There we go. Okay. Okay. Number 12 is very, very similar, so I'm going to skip that. Let's do 11. Last one here. So Kaylee has a collection of quarters and nickels. Write an equation to represent the total value of the coins. Define your variables. All right, so quarters, let's be Q, nickels, N. Okay, those are defined. All right, cool. So now we've got to represent the total value. So let T be total, okay? And that's all we're given. I don't see any numbers. I don't see anything there. But if we're talking about money, well, a quarter has a very straightforward dollar amount, and so does a nickel. So quarter in decimal form would be 0.25, and a nickel is 5 cents, so that's 0.05 in money form, right? So your equation would just be 0.25 quarters plus 0.05 nickels would be some kind of total cost or total money. All right, so part B. If the total value of the coins is $5.50, and Kaylee has 17 quarters, how many nickels does she have? All right, so we're gonna plug in for T, plug in for Q, and answer how many nickels are left. Okay, so start with the equation, 0.25 Q plus 0.05 N equals T. I'm going to plug in 17 for Q, and $5.50 is the total value. So that goes in for T. So 0.25 times 17 plus 0.05 N equals 550. Okay, so if I have 17 quarters, how much money do I have? $4.25. I want to solve for N, so I'm going to subtract 4.25. So 0.05 N equals $1.25, 1.25. So how many nickels are in $1.25? Well, that's what we're answering. Let me rewrite that, 0.05. Okay, so we're going to divide by 0.05. N equals 25. So she has 25 nickels. Okay, that's it for your notes.